Technology is a word that describes something that doesn't work yet. Good afternoon, everyone. We once again welcome you all to the International Conference on Computational Intelligence and Communication Technologies 2025, organized by the Faculty of Computer Science, Dr. N.G.P. Arts and Science College, in collaboration with Curtin University, Malaysia. As we come together today, let us explore the potential of computational intelligence in shaping the future of technology and communication.
Now we invite Dr. A. Nirmala Ma'am, Professor and Head, Department of Computer Science with Cognitive System, to introduce our esteemed Chief Guest, Mr. Pandian Adyapadam Sir, to the gathering.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is my distinct pleasure in welcoming you all for the third keynote address of International Conference on Computational Intelligence and Communication Technologies. Today, we are honored to have with us our distinguished keynote speaker, Mr. Pandian, Assistant Vice President, Cognizant, Chennai. Mr. Pandian has over 25 years of IT experience. He led the generative AI transformations at Cognizant for enterprise use, establishing the Center of Excellence for Gen AI and implementing the first and largest Gen AI project for the company. His work has been recognized by Microsoft as a CEO first mover case study. With 2 years of experience specifically in generative AI, Mr. Pandian's works have been received extensive media coverage for the value delivered through AI initiatives. He also heads the Blue Bolt Innovation Platform. As the CIO for Delivery and Engineering Services at Cognizant, Mr. Pandian oversees the execution strategy for enterprise platforms used by 350,000 engineering associates, integrating AI to enhance business value and operational efficiency. Mr. Pandian has a patent and another in application status in the space of AI. He has led significant deals and transformations, leveraging AI to drive business success across various domains. He is an enthusiastic leader and has special interest in leveraging AI in industrial domains, finance, and IoT. In his keynote address today, Mr. Pandian will provide invaluable insights into transforming intelligence across industries with Gen AI. At this moment, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to him for accepting our invitation to deliver the keynote address and for honoring us with his presence on this special occasion. We are delighted to have him with us today, and I warmly welcome him to inspire us with his invaluable insights and expertise. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
It is with great respect that I request our esteemed Dr. S. Purna Senthilkumar Sir, Professor and Head Department of Computer Applications, to honor our Chief Guest, Mr. Pandian Adyapadam Sir, by adorning the shawl as an acknowledgement to their remarkable contributions and leadership. Thank you, sir.
To create a lasting impression, a memory to cherish, a memento becomes a keepsake. As a small gesture to recognize his exceptional contribution to the tech community and our event, I am honored to invite Dr. A. Nirmala Ma'am to present the memento to our chief guest, Mr. Pandian Adyapadam Sir.
Artificial intelligence is the bridge between what we imagine and what we can achieve. Now we request the chief guest, Mr. Pandian Adyapadam Sir, Assistant Vice President, Cognizant Chennai, to deliver the keynote address on the topic, Transforming Intelligence Across Industries with Gen AI.
Sir, kindly take over the session.
you can just. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Pandian. I have a connection to this city. I studied from Coimbatore in GCT, Government College of Technology. Possibly, but I passed out probably, more senior to most of your own professors and faculties. So I was in the batch of 93, 97. I don't know if there are any Tamil medium students. I formed my first English sentence to speak in this city, and and I joined a couple of companies, and then I spent a decade in Wipro, and more than a decade in Cognizant. I know this is a post-lunch session and not an easy one for all of you. So I thought, maybe we will start with some a teaser of, not particularly related to AI, but in terms of how machines themselves have evolved. Maybe, we'll play that, brief video so that, I get all your attention before we start. So, I don't know how many of you have seen this particular video, and it was surprising that they actually attempted such a machine. And this movie was made in 1936, right? We almost have spent a decade, from where this one was, right? We only saw what went wrong. The initial part of the video was like, where the person is able to improve his own productivity by, having a machine that will feed him and so on, right? And then, also definitely, there is only so much that we can rely on machines as well, right? So with that note, I'll get started with what I wanted to really address today. Okay. So before I formally start, I would like to thank Dr. Rati, Dr. Ramamurthy, Dr. Purnaselvam, Dr. Shakti for all, engaging with me and then, bringing me into this particular esteemed forum where I have an opportunity to meet all of you and share my thoughts and knowledge on what I have gained over the period of last 27 years. So that's the objective, and then the topic is more about how we will leverage AI and generative AI in particular. So that is what we are trying to do. So I actually intend to give these three broader objectives, right? One is giving a basic sense of what an AI, Gen AI especially is. And then when you leave this session, say an hour from now, you should go with some of these keywords that we typically talk about in this industry, of AI and generative AI. That's my second intention. And third intention is to provoke some thoughts and see where we are from an industry standpoint leveraging AI, Gen AI. That is the third objective. And want to be a drop in the knowledge of the ocean that you may already have and you are going to pursue in the upcoming years as well. That's the intention. Oru thuli, right? So, yeah. So you would have seen how AI and Gen AI per se overall have evolved, right? It all started with people in the 50s who actually try to imagine and try to get that, hey, while we have these computers, at some point in time they felt that, this can become a long process. Konjam lag irukku. Okay. So it has evolved a lot, and then 5 years back, I'm not talking about very long back, right? 5 years back for us, machine learning would be about a text analysis and then a semantic analysis and so on and so forth, right? It was typically used for, if you, in an enterprise world, it was typically used for an NLP, but not really in the way that you actually experience today in terms of a much more advanced, and we are also going to the stage of where we are talking about general intelligence and so on, right? It was more about test classification and then ability to abstract and then look for things that were missing in a given document or a structure and so on. But the industry that has fairly evolved but not called out so elaborately was in the space of media. You would have seen the deep fake, deep learning and those kind of terminologies, and you would already see that one actor who actually has not done, but as if that particular person has done, and so on. You would have seen those images. Those are all the true neural networks evolutions that have happened. But something that has substantially changed in the last 3-4 years is after something like this is generative AI. Now, before I get, a bit more about how we can leverage AI and Gen AI, I wanted to give some pretext people who are not particularly familiar with this particular concept earlier. So, if I read this particular sentence, right? This sentence is like this, right? One day I went to the beach along with my friends and I saw a beautiful car that was parked near the beach and learned that it was a Rolls-Royce car from my friend, right? Such a long sentence, but what are we finally saying, right? I am finally saying that, I am actually a Rolls-Royce car in a beach, right? If I am to just summarize this whole sentence, in a Rolls-Royce car in a beach is the only message that you need. And then, if you see the picture, you will get it. But if you read a text, you are going to get, you are going to spend all the time. That is where the summarization comes into picture, right? So that is the foundational aspect, our objective of what Gen AI could do. So I also wanted, you to appreciate this particular paper, and this fairly formed the foundation of what an LLM is. How many of you heard about this particular paper? Attention is all you need. Anybody heard about this? Attention is all you need. Nobody? This particular paper was not familiar? Okay. So this paper laid the foundation for the entire ALM and its evolution. Couple of Indians were evolved, people like you who actually, if you look at even in the AI space, it is not that a person with 25 years of experience, 35 years of experience is launching and driving the revolutions that are happening. It is actually people with 4 or 5 years of experience. Less than 30s are the people who are actually driving lots of evolution, because neural network, we used to say this, right? The fastest way to lose money, if you have money and then you want to invest in technology, the fastest way is to invest in something on neural networks, right? So it was never a lucrative business for somebody to get into neural networks and then get money, make money out of it, right? But something has substantially changed. I'll come to that. And I also want you to appreciate the next paper. Okay, so let me spend a minute on attention is all you need. If you look at the earlier models were more about text classification. They were actually trying to understand and then read a document and then generate a document, but that was need is. Like in the previous, what you have seen, there was a much longer sentence, but you actually need to focus only on few words, right? That is what they came up with this particular one called attention, which means when you derive a particular algorithm, the algorithm is written in such a way that you will be able to identify which is the most important one in the suite of words that are there, right? In the pool of words that are there are few that are more important than the rest, right? You are almost ignoring 80% of the text, and then you are going to say 20% of the text, and then say that this is more important, right? That attention score is the foundational element that they have introduced. And there was one more paper that has come, and that is this improving language understanding by generative pre-training model. This is not, this T was training, but not transformer, but they actually laid the foundation to the models like BERT as well as GPT, which actually were the real basis of, if you look at the GPT 1, 2, 3, were all based on the prior models of this particular paper, and that was called generative pre-trained transformer. So let me ask you a question. I'm not going to leave you all, if at all, somebody thinks that, hey, I will only spend an hour and then, I will not learn anything, right? So what is behind these texts that are being created? What is text? When it is really stored, what is it? Or a simple question, is it a number or is it a text that is stored? What is it stored? What is stored really? When you are talking about a GPT or a large language model, what is really stored? Is it a number or is it text? Simple question. What is stored really? Numbers, absolutely. So it is end of the day, a mathematical model. What they have in a very simple sense identified is something like this, right? You say you mark A as 1, B as 2, C as 3, and so on, right? Let's say if that is what you are simply arriving at. And then you identify which is the next number that should come when you are generating. So where the previous attention is all you need was more about predicting the next text, which means just the next letter. Whereas this particular paper actually went little bit more advanced. They actually came up with something called NLU and then trained the previous models, and then where you are able to predict the next word. And then that is again a cluster of or a sequence of numbers, right? So it is still a mathematical model. You see a text, but but end of the day it is the numbers. So what has changed? Why this whole AI, generative AI, everything, why this has suddenly become a big big topic? And then this was not the case, say 3 years back, while the deep learning, I keep talking about deep faking, because that is what people will easily remember. Deep learning is the premise of many of these things, but it all became never so popular because of this single word. What corporates found, we all should thank our Satya Nadella of Microsoft, the CEO of Microsoft. He identified this as an opportunity. He felt that, hey, I will leverage AI and can potentially transform the entire search that happens today. See, 3 years, 4 years back, None of you would have thought that, the search, the equivalent of a search is equal to Google, right? If you want to search, search is equal to Google. Googling, searching became Googling. But nobody would have ever thought that Microsoft will ever have a play in the space of search. The fundamental thing that Nadella thought was that this has an enterprise applicability. And then you have an opportunity to generate, right? So the word generate has become a foundational capability. And people thought there are many things that can be generated. And the corporate world picked the AI concepts and thought that, hey, it is not just about that, it is not on one image creation or text analysis. That my core business I can transform and change the way how we are doing, right? So that is where the whole thing has transformed and then changed, right? So now, little bit more sense I wanted to give. How many of you are aware of generative AI, LLM? Just raise your hand. LLM, generative AI. Just raise your hand. Nobody? None of you are aware of generative AI or large language model? No? I am yet to see a hand raising. Sure? Okay. So then, I'll take a step back, right? Maybe I have come this far. So, what is an LLM? How many of you use ChatGPT? ChatGPT, your teachers are here, your professors, lecturers are here, but it is okay. If you are you using ChatGPT? How many of you? Okay, so that is nearly the entire crowd, madam. She has not seen you, okay, so absolutely fine. So what ChatGPT does? ChatGPT is nothing but an LLM, okay? So large language model is ChatGPT is almost like a brand name. It is something like a photocopy is, if you all know, hey, I want to take a photocopy, you understand, or I want to take a Xerox. We all understand Xerox better than a photocopy, but photocopy is actually the technical word, whereas Xerox is actually a company. So ChatGPT is actually a company. It was patterned by OpenAI, and then there were several people who were behind this particular evolution. Microsoft made a tie-up with ChatGPT, and then they actually made it as a platform where actually what is happening behind an LLM is this, right? They have trained loads and loads, tons and tons of documents. If I were to talk about there is a particular term called tokens. So, and parameters, right? These words are typically used in the technical world. So it is trained on nearly 80 billion parameters, which means that entire world book library is trained. So for them to build something, a basic cognitive capability, a basic cognitive capability, what is a cognitive capability? A cognitive capability is where I just say something, hey, did you have tea? You just respond back, yes, I had, but I did not have tea, but I had coffee, right? That's the basic cognitive skill that anybody, any human being will have. But when we want to train a computer to have a basic skill of that understanding, you need training. So the model training and parameters have been embedded into this. There is a term that I am introducing called embedding. So when we say that, when she said that, it is numbers, it is nothing but embedding, which means embedding is a numerical form of a text that is, where it is trained. And then the moment it is trained, a cluster of trainings become an embedding, and then as you add more and more embeddings, then your model becomes better and better. So if I talk about, say, coffee, tea, it is different. Whereas if I am to train, say, on a sports magazine, so if you are talking about, say, ChatGPT when you are leveraging, say you have used a basic version of GPT 1.2. Now you are using more advanced models. If you have leveraged, say if you have tried to use GPT-1, GPT-1 is almost like your basic library, right? I have trained the model on your entire library. But now I want to, I am the owner of, say, Sports Star magazine, right? And then I want to give an interface with my sports loving audience and say that, hey, you actually come to Sports Star and then you can search specifically on sports and related news, right? For that, what I need to do is, while I will use GPT, the base core model, which is called, we also use the term called foundational model. We use this foundational model. On top of this foundational model, you use your own embeddings, which is you train your model on, say, Sports Star. So let's say 30 years of Sports Stars magazines that I am trained on, and then I also feed the latest news. That becomes the next layer. So then when you as an user, when you are interacting, it will be able to identify who are the people that you see. Who are the people? Kale Ratna. Knowingly or unknowingly, I have put two Kale Ratnas in this. Who are these people? What is the name of these two people? That is Manu Barker, right? Manu Barker. Yeah, Manu Barker and then Gukesh, right? I'm sure you can identify them. So, if I want to search for the latest news, then I need to keep on improving the current model and then be able to answer the questions that are pertaining to what is happening latest, right? So when we say these three things, right? One is RAG, retrieval augmented generation. Second thing is function calling. Third thing is fine tuning, prompt engineering, right? So these are all the various techniques that we use when we talk about an LLM. So what are various things that you can do? So when we typically talk about, LLM, so we typically use it for our college assignments and papers, right? And then of course, you also can use it for studying. But from an industry standpoint, there are various technical components, the technical ways that you can leverage before I go to the industry kind of use cases, right? Ability to generate documents, ability to write stories, poetry. So this is a typical media kind of a use case. Then information retrieval, right? Where, say, for example, I want to know, most of us say, for example, if I want to know something about what is the particular law about, say, campus protection for women, right? So what is the law? What is the name of the law? And then, what are the facilities that are available? And so on, right? If you want to search something like that, then, typically you will go to a lawyer. But today you can just do an LLM and then, you create a lawyer-focused LLM. And then you search on that, then you will be able to retrieve and then say that, it is in your hands. You can say that, you almost carry 30 to 40% of what a lawyer will know, at least for what we need, right? So that is possible from an information, that is almost the RAG. People use it for customer service. You see avatars being used. You actually mimic the same deep learning models you use. You use a combination of a portrayal of a human face, but you use the TTS, which is text-to-speech kind of models that are underneath, and then which will speak and then read a text and then speak, and reverse, like it can read it can hear and then it can translate into a text and so on, right? So that is enabled through customer service. From an education standpoint, learning as generating learning materials is a big space. Research, because I also see many of your professors have a very, very, very impressive profile and have done studies in terms of image recognition, and then some of them have actually done analysis and then have identified ways of even predicting potential heart risk and so on, right? So the image analysis is also quite possible. While these, the image analysis parts were available earlier, but you can augment with a human like NLP kind of an interaction into that kind of a system. Then content creation, the marketing standpoint, there are several use cases. Now I will go to some of the industrial specific focused applications. Any one of you have any banking or finance background? Banking, finance, your father is a banker. Anybody? Or some parents? No? Okay. So, bank has an extensive leverage of these LLMs as well. So what you can actually do is fraud detection. So what you will be able to do from a fraud detection standpoint, and then how you leverage fraud detection is look for inconsistencies. Again, these are all transactions that are available across various degrees. So what you do is you look for what is right and what is wrong. And then, if you see that, instead of this person and it has gone to some, and then some people are always getting more transactions and so on, you will be again able to apply the same LLM concept in a database. And through your database models, you will be able to, so you can almost attach an entire LLM model into the bank's entire transactions, including the databases and so on. Then you will be able to identify the broader patterns that you want to recognize. You will be able to leverage LLM. But there you can also use the existing models, which is in an RNN or a CNN kind of models that you can use to identify the anomalies and then any inconsistencies in transactions and so on. No, I'm sure Coimbatore people can associate themselves a lot into the industrial leverage and aspects of it. With respect to industrial usage, while LLM is definitely useful from an NLP kind of a viewpoint, the bigger bigger opportunities that exist is in your deep learning. What is possible is, let's say there is a machine that is running, and then you actually, the typical challenges if you are a manufacturer is this, where you anticipate a complete production to go so well, and then your manufacturing line goes smooth, and suddenly some of the machines go down, and then they cannot meet the expectations that they are supposed to produce. So what they actually end up doing is losing lots of money in the process. So where a AI in general can help is identifying there are various ways in which you can do. People use IoT, right? IoT based systems, and then install those devices into the machineries. That's one part of it, and it gives you lots of signals. Then for you to manipulate and then identify, say things like, you do two kind of things, right? One is the visual analysis. Second part is noise and related, and then IoT also gives you a lot of insights, right? If you are able to combine them, you will be able to come up with a predictive model in which you can identify, hey, this particular machine can go down anytime soon, or this is a pattern when in this particular season, when it runs for say 3 hours, 4 hours, or 3 days, 4 days continuously, this is when it typically goes down, and so on. All right. So you will be able to identify and predict a machine fault, and then ensure a smooth running of your machines consistently. That is one broader use case from a quality check, and there are a series of other use cases. Then when it comes to software industry, we leverage a lot of generative AI, especially in the space of code. But what code generation, we use a you would have heard about Copilot. Copilot is a Microsoft funded tool, but there are also other frameworks that are available. Most of these large LLM vendors have their own tools to support this. Microsoft has Azure and its respective platforms. And then you also have Amazon. Amazon has this code whisperer. And there are also series of companies, there are new startups that have come in, and then, are able to generate code much more effectively to specific programming languages. Say, there are still people who are running systems in Pascal and so on, and BASIC and so on, COBOL and so on. So these are not very effectively handled by the standard models. So that is where, your augmented learning and then the reinforcement, those kind of techniques are leveraged, so that, you actually can point and then improve a given model itself, and then come up with your own version of a given LLM. And then various aspects of SDLC that we use, from requirements elaboration. Let's say a customer gives a requirement, it's a very abstract level. But for you to come up with a program, you need more and more details, and then, you need to really derive the logics. You can actually create, you almost, whatever you feed into a Copilot, you can actually create, again, generate those texts, and then feed that into Copilot, and then it will generate code. And then testing also it can do. It augments your test automation also. Test automation can be done with lots of NLP based instructions. You don't need to write the entire code. Again, automation is possible. Deployment, CI/CD pipeline, and so on can all leverage generative AI. Yeah. So the data pipeline is a very important aspect of generative AI for you to produce a very effective model. So you need to be aware of these things. So when we think about an LLM, we are only talking about interfacing with the system. But when you are an enterprise, you are creating things by yourself, and then you are creating things bottom up. Then lots of techniques have to be applied, and then cleaning up data is required. And you also have, if the code, the model on the data in which you are training, if those data are not effective, then it will give results that are improper. So biases, if you have heard about this particular term bias, we all tend to have our own biases. Let's say if I am given two options, let's say I buy a LG product or a Philips product, I choose Philips because that is what I like. Technically they both may be the same, but I choose this versus that because that somewhere in my mind I think this is better, right? But I cannot do a model, and then you come to say there are biases that happen even at a perception level, right? A man versus women. If I keep saying he, then the women may feel isolated. Hey, I'm not, this looks like you have create an entire model only for men, right? So again, that kind of a bias, and region-based biases, and so on. You think the entire model talks about things that are relevant. Only talks about pizza and burger. Of course, we eat lots of pizza and burger in India as well. But talks about pizza and burger, not even one mention about an idli or dosa. You feel isolated, right? So the biases these models can have, again, need to be changed and then improved. That is where the whole data pipeline is a very detailed architectural consideration we take when we go for a business level implementation. Just be aware of it. Then when we take a model, model can come with its own hallucinations, its own illusions, and then it can be wrong. And there are a series of techniques that need to be applied so that you are able to have a foolproof, consistent response. So the basic thing that we say is reinforcement learning. And there are also model effectiveness. There are scores and algorithms that are available to assess the performance of your own models. And then there are metrics that you can run. There are frameworks that are available, and then you can run them behind the model, and then you will be able to arrive at your model performance. And observability AI, there are two aspects of observability AI we talk about. One is the AI and its own observability. But you can also, this is also an interesting concept that is used in a production monitoring kind of systems. Okay, so the next thing that you should be aware of is the agentic architecture. An agentic architecture is something like this, right? Let's say there is a department, and let's say there is a bank. Then there is a teller, there is a cashier, and there is somebody who takes care of say your gold investments and so on, right? If you would have heard about this term digital twin, right? Which is, you almost have an avatar of yourself and then that does things on your behalf, right? For that, agentic architecture is important, and it is also a group of agents that can come together and work together as one team. It is almost like, I have individual people and then I have them in a team. You almost virtualize it, and then you have individual agents, AI agents. It is almost like, I have one robo A for teller, robo B for as a cashier and so on. I have a completely machine run bank. And that is where the agentic architecture, and then lots of other applications also. I'm just giving you an example of an agentic architecture. You guys have heard about the term SWAM? What is a SWAM? What is a SWAM? SWAM. SW. Is this word familiar? Yes, no? Yes? SWAM? No? Okay. SWAM is actually a general English word. So I am using it for a specific purpose. So if you look about, you see this particular one, right? The one on the left hand side. And it looks like man-made. The left hand side one, man-made. It was actually made by woodcutter ants. Tamil, what do we say? Vettarumbu, right? Kattarumbu, like, this is vettarumbu, right? It is actually a structure, well ventilated, all inclusive ecosystem, all built by ants. But if you just pull one ant, what knowledge or intelligence it will have? It may not have much, right? On the right hand side, you see these patterns, where these birds come together and so on, right? But a perfect use of tribe knowledge, where the entire tribe comes together and then be able to work towards a common objective, where in the tribe the individual ones are not substantially significant. But when they come collectively, each one comes with their own objectives, their own purpose, and keeps doing it very effectively. And as a group, a SWAM almost is nothing but a group, right? How as a group they are able to come. So SWAM, I personally like this because I like that even in a human setup that collectively lot more are possible by human beings. Similarly is the concept of SWAM AI, which is in a very similar lines what I mentioned about agentic architecture. And you can actually almost create a SWAM AI kind of a concept in your overall program, and then say that these are all different ages, and then they come together towards this particular purpose. 5 more minutes. Yes. Okay. So so this fairly is where I will kind of conclude this session as well, right? And then wanted to spend a minute, because while you all will be between, say, somewhere between 18 to 21 years range, there is lot more that are going to happen, and lots of things that are happening around you, right? I wanted to give you a sense. The whole industry is spending lots and lots of money. Billions and billions of dollars are pouring in. And then, I don't know how many of you heard about this particular website called perplexity.ai. Okay, Perplexity. Perplexity means almost like, slightly a different, it actually means like, slightly delusioned kind of a thing, right? But, is still meaningful, makes sense kind of a thing. So Perplexity AI is founded by a guy based in Tamil Nadu, and he strongly believes that he almost is in competition with Google and Microsoft's ChatGPT. And then he has come up with this search, it's a search platform, perplexity.ai. He worked in deep minds earlier. You see this, right? And that guy is hardly, maybe mid-30s or early 30s or even younger, right? So he actually came up with something, and then he's already billions of dollars he's pouring into his pocket, and then they are substantially investing and then taking things forward. So what he had done is he actually, in fact, it's very interesting that he pitched this perplexity idea to Google when he was working in Google, and then he told the Google people that one day people will search them like this, right? I want I want to learn about machine learning, and specifically about LLM. Let's say this is the whole sentence, right? The way Google works is keyword based. In Google, you don't type the entire sentence. You don't say I want to and all, right? You simply go and say LLM models. That's all, just 2 words. But he actually thought that people would can write a full sentence and then look for an answer, because Google, the entire algorithm is keyword based. You just look for a word, and then it is more about keyword matching, and then semantic search, and then give the results back. But whereas in a Perplexity, you understand the entire LLM. The LLM is completely designed from an NLP standpoint, natural language standpoint, and then he is producing research results from that, right? Perplexity AI is gaining a lot of attention. You can also use it because it's very, very effective, one of the most effective LLMs today, which is in the lines of ChatGPT, right? It's not very different from ChatGPT per se, and then probably has more recent documents, because they at least claim that you can actually search latest news in Perplexity AI and then get results, right? So the reason that I want to talk about is something like this, right? Where you can innovate. What are the opportunities if you are a researcher, or if you want to be an entrepreneur in AI? What all you can do, right? So that's what I wanted to talk about. So one is this AGI has evolved. The OpenAI claims that they already have a capability in terms of artificial general intelligence, which means a general intelligence versus an AI is a purpose-driven, focused one, whereas a general intelligence is about context and then the sentiment of the person, right? You don't see, for example, if you don't go and then say that, hey, if somebody is disabled, and then there are certain things that you don't tell them, right? Or somebody is not particularly in a good state of mind, and then you tell him about something about, hey, Mercy has hit a goal, and then that doesn't even resonate with him, right? Where the sentiment and where the person comes from, what is his current mood and so on, right? Mood is irrelevant in a general AI, right? But, the AGI is about where you are able to bring in, you almost give a human with an empathy, with an empathy, you are able to respond to a question and so on, right? Because when you see typically you go to a call center and then you call up somebody in a call center, and that person many times you see that he doesn't empathize with me, and especially when you give it to a machine, it becomes even more challenging. That is what AGI is all about. Think about it, you can apply a lot. Second is LLMs. So the LLMs, the foundational models have core capabilities, like I have trained it on a library. But you can, train it for a given industry, say mechanical industry. In a mechanical industry, say a textile industry. In a textile industry, say only a, production unit, or where they just weave. I'm not particularly very familiar with the specific terms that they use, but, say in terms of weaving machines and so on, right? That can be your LLM. You have an opportunity, because not everything is humanly possible for any individual corporate to develop all of them. You can take a foundation model and then create your own LLM at an industry level. Second thing is LLM architecture and then optimization. See, there are, various things that are happening from an architecture and optimization. Today, you cannot almost, create a LLM model without 50, 100 million or less, right? I don't know. There is a particular company called Cloud AI, CLAUDE. They seem to have trained an entire LLM model with just a $6 million of investment. That's an opportunity. So there are lots of SLMs and LLMs that how I can actually create an LLM in a given laptop or a machine, given in my own PC and so on, which is less intensive in terms of, output or a performance, but serves the purpose kind of a thing, right? That's a big opportunity as well. And what are the various aspects in terms of hardware and so on? There are a series of things, technologies that are evolving in the space of storage and so on. If you have heard about vector database, series of things that you can do in a vector database. The numerical storage happens in a vector database, but what are the alternatives? How it can be better? That's an opportunity as well, right? That's again a research area. And then the fourth area is the data pipeline and the infrastructure scalability. Series of things again happening in all of these as well, right? So the data pipeline, how I store, which format. There is, it is not just about RDBMS, right? So it is, then the NoSQL or the text, again JSON. There are various JSON kind of models also have evolved. What all things that you can do, and then how I can structure the whole documents better so that my retrieval can be faster and so on, right? There are a series of opportunities that are available, my dear students. I really value and then appreciate all your time, and I hope that I have given you some sense of what I can do and what you all can do in the future, right? Thank you all so much, and then wish you all the best in your own career and your own future. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable insights on the topic, transforming intelligence across industries with Gen AI.
We owe a deep sense of gratitude to those who make a significant impact on our lives. It is indeed a great honor and privilege to extend a heartfelt thanks for this memorable session. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to our chief guest, Mr. Pandian Adhyapatham sir, for his invaluable presence and inspiring work. Grateful to our esteemed faculty members, the organizing committee, the students for their dedicated efforts and unwavering support, which have made this event truly memorable.
We will be proceeded to the valedictory address shortly, marking the culmination of this esteemed event. We will be proceeded to the valedictory address shortly. I request all the students to maintain silence. Bharat Kannan from Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science are requested to come to MOC desk. I repeat, Bharat Kannan from Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science is requested to come to the MOC desk. V. Praveena, Department of Computer Applications, University College of Engineering is requested to come to the MOC desk. I repeat, V. Praveena from University College of Engineering, Trichy is requested to come to the MOC desk. Danya KR, MSc Computer Science with Data Analytics from N.G.P is requested to come to the MOC desk. I repeat, Danya KR, MSc Computer Science with Data Analytics from N.G.P is requested to come to the MOC desk.
The college bus students can wait. The college buses will wait till 4 o'clock.
It is not the destination where you end up, but the journey that got you there. Good afternoon, everyone. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you all to the valedictory session of the International Conference on Computational Intelligence and Communication Technologies 2025, organized by the Faculty of Computer Science, Dr. N.G.P Arts and Science College, in collaboration with Curtin University, Malaysia.
Great beginnings lead to greater opportunities for collaboration and innovation. To commence this session, I request Dr. V. Prem Sudha Ma'am, Professor and Head of Department Computer Science with Data Analytics, to deliver the welcome address.
Knowledge sharing is the key to create ripple effects of positive change in the world. Respected dignitaries, esteemed Chief Guest Mr. Pandian, faculty members, participants and students, good afternoon all. It is my great honor to welcome you all to this valedictory session of the International Conference on Computational Intelligence and Communication Technologies. At the outset, I welcome our chief guest, Mr. Pandian, Assistant Vice President, Cognizant Chennai, for this valedictory session. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and gracing the session. A hearty welcome to our principal, Professor Dr. S. Saravanan, whose vision and encouragement has provided the foundation for this conference. I extend my warm welcome to Dr. F. Mary Magdalene Jain, Dean Computer Science, who was instrumental in shaping this conference. Next, I welcome the heads of various departments, faculty members, participants, and students. This conference has been a remarkable journey and opportunity to explore the latest advancements in computational intelligence and communication technologies. We have been fortunate to hear from leading experts in the field of computational intelligence and communication technologies. All good things must come to an end. As we reach the culmination of our journey together, I once again welcome you all for this valedictory session. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Wisdom begins with wonder. To highlight the significance of this conference, I now request Professor Dr. S. Saravanan, sir, Principal, to deliver the felicitation address.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, resource persons, staff members and student friends, good evening to all. Actually, the last 2 days enjoyed with the intellectual delivery of different resource person in different dimension. My kind request in this point is that whatever you receive from the today, from the resource persons, take some 2 or 3 key points and work towards it. If you take the democratic dividend of India, we are the topmost in young generation, especially they are ready to work in industry. If you take an European country or if you take an Asian country, comparatively we have large number of young generation, they are ready to face the industry right now. So this is a hub for talent force. This is the supplier of talent force to the entire world. So you have a huge opportunity. My request here is that don't see the conference as the conference for just attending or receiving certain certificates and put it in your resume or somewhere else. Take the message, key points, work towards it, and skillful towards that particular area, and try to penetrate the area in the job market. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
A conference report is not just a summary of proceedings, but a testament to the power of collaboration and knowledge sharing. I request Dr. S. Saranya Ma'am, Professor and Head Department of Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning, to represent the conference report.
Good afternoon to all. I am pleased to present the comprehensive report of the International Conference on Computational Intelligence and Communication Technologies, ICC-ICT 2K25, organized by Faculty of Computer Science in collaboration with Curtin University, Malaysia, ICT Academy, Analytic Society of India. The primary objective of the conference was to disseminate innovative concepts and breakthroughs in the evolving domains of computational intelligence and communication technologies. ICC-ICT 2K25 garnered substantial support with witnessed and overwhelming response from researchers and students worldwide. A total of 178 research papers, including submission from countries such as Nigeria, Malaysia, and states like Telangana, Karnataka, Kerala, West Bengal, Maharashtra, and districts like Chennai, Coimbatore, Erode,
Madurai, Trichy, and Tripur were received. Following a meticulous review process, 138 papers were accepted, resulting in an impressive acceptance rate of 78%. We express our sincere gratitude to our esteemed keynote speakers for contributing significantly to the success of the conference. Dr. Wong Wei Kit, Associate Professor, Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering, Curtin University, Malaysia, delivered a compiling talk on advanced sensing solutions with low-cost spectral sensors. Mr. Gaurishankar Viswanathan, founder, Emergery Technologies, LLC, Texas, United States, shared insights on AI adoption and governance, challenging and future opportunities. Mr. Pandian Adiyapatham, Assist Vice President, Cognizant, Chennai, addressed the audience on transforming intelligence across industries with Gen AI. Dr. Shivaraman Ishwaran, Senior Lecturer, Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering, Curtin University, Malaysia, explored cybersecurity in pre-conference workshop. We express our sincere thanks to our sponsors, FITA Academy, Coimbatore, and Ascent Technosoft, Coimbatore. Special appreciation to our session chairs, Dr. R.K. Kavita from Kumaraguru College of Technology, Dr. A. Saravanan from Coimbatore Institute of Technology, and Dr. E.K. Girisan from Sri Krishna Aditya College of Arts and Science, who diligently evaluated presentations, resulting in the selection of the best paper. The conference served as a collaborative platform for researchers, professionals, and academia to interact, fostering open deliberations aimed at advancing their expertise. Thank you to all participants for making ICC ICT 2K25 a resounding success. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Excellence is not being the best, it is doing your best. We now proceed to recognize the outstanding contributions made during this conference. It is our great pleasure to announce the recipients of the Best Paper Award. In the category of Research Scholar, the award goes to V. Pravina, Department of Computer Application, University College of Engineering, Tirchi. In the category for students, the award is conferred upon Bharat Kannan, Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. In the category for N.G.P student, the award goes to Danya K.R. and Kanita T., MSc Computer Science with Data Analytics.
We would like to extend a heartfelt congratulations and gratitude to the winners. We shall now proceed with the distribution of certificates to the participating colleges acknowledging their contributions and achievement. We kindly request that one participant from each participating college proceed to the dais to collect their certificates. I now request Dr. S. Saravanan Sir, Principal, and the dignitaries on dais to distribute the certificates to the participants. We now invite the participant from Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science. The next participant from Sri Ramakrishna Mission Vidyalaya College of Arts and Science. The next participant from PSGR Krishnamal College for Women. The next participant from American College, Madurai. The next participant from Coimbatore Institute of Technology. The next participant from Kongu Arts and Science College. The next participant from Hindustan College of Arts and Science. The next participant from PSG College of Arts and Science. The next participant from Anna University, Trichy. The next participant from Velalar College for Women. The next participant from Gobi Arts and Science College. Congratulations to all the awardees and participants for their remarkable achievements. Thank you, dignitaries.
To understand and reflect on the experience of this event, we invite feedback from the audience. If anyone would like to share, please raise your hand and our team will assist you with the microphone.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for having me here. And I'm now proud to say that I'm a part of this institution. I'm a research scholar. So this is my second conference. So for the very first time when I came in, I was literally amazed. All the speakers and every single thing that was arranged was amazing. I would just literally, quote that we call humans as bees, right? We all work together, and I see a lot of teamwork and a lot of effort that is put in, and all the teachers and the students, you are very cooperative and everything from the gate till the conference, till the last moment, everything is very amazing, and I would like to be a part of more conferences henceforth, and thank you for all the opportunities that you're giving for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. As we have come to the end of the conference, I request Dr. S. Purana Sendilkumar Sir, Professor and Head, Department of Computer Applications, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Gratitude is the closest thing to beauty manifest in an emotion. Esteemed dignitaries, notable guests, and my dear friends, very pleasant afternoon to one and all. As I draw this remarkable occasion to a close, it is both an honor and a privilege to stand before you and extend my heartfelt gratitude to all who have contributed to make this event as resounding success. First and foremost, I express my prompt gratitude to our distinguished chairman, Dr. Nallaji Palaniswamy sir, and our beloved Madam Secretary, Dr. Daumani D. Palaniswamy ma'am, and Mrs. Madhura V. Palaniswamy ma'am, Director Academic for Professional Development, and O.T. Bhuvaneswaran sir, CEO, and Dr. M. Nadeshan, Chief Executive Operating Officer, and Dr. P.R. Muthuswamy sir, Director Academics, Dr. N.G.P. Education Institutional, and in their absence. Success is not just about what you accomplish in life. It is about you inspire others to do. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude our rigorous guest, Mr. Pandian, Assistant Vice President, Cognate, Chennai. Thank you, sir. My special thanks to keynote speakers, Dr. Wong Wigit, Associate Professor, Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering, Cochin University, Malaysia. Thank you, Venkat. And I extend my warm thanks to Gauri Sankar Viswanathan, founder, Emergent Technology, Texas, United States, for their presence and for illuminating their valuable insights. I would like also express my gratitude to the session chairs for the paper presentation event, for their time and efforts for ensuring its success. Next, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to our Director Academics, Professor Dr. Ramamurthy sir. Next, I would like to extend my thanks to our Principal sir, Dr. S. Saravanan sir. Thank you, sir. So you supported a visionary leadership which created a networking environment that better growth and excellence. Thank you once again, sir. Who has inspired in inspiring others? Your presence has certainly elevated the caliber of this gathering. Your invaluable insights, unparalleled wisdom, and composed delivery have not only enlightened but us. We have also instilled to enter in the drive within our to move next steps with willpower. I would now like to express my sincere appreciation and inspiration to our Dean Ma'am, Faculty of Computer Science, Dr. F. Mary McThilin Jain Ma'am, for your guidance and mentorship. Thank you, ma'am. I take this great moment to thank our deans and heads of various disciplines for their support and strength, and I would like to take a moment to thank our conveners and organizing committee whose selfless commitment behind the scene have enhanced the flawless execution of this event. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all. Now I would like to convey my warmest gratitude to all staff members, research scholars, participants from various colleges and computer science stream students, without whom this achievement does not possible. So I give a big applause and thanks to the students community. Thank you, guys. Finally, I did like to express my deepest appreciation to our loved ones and friends whose unshakable support to encourage have been a constant source of motivation. As I conclude, I offer my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you, your contributions. Let us continue to united by our shared passion of our knowledge, collaboration, and innovation to bring it to the next level. Thank you all. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir.
This concludes the valedictory session of International Conference on Computational Intelligence and Communication Technologies 2025.
A nation's culture resides in the hearts and in the soul of its people. Finally, let us all rise for the national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जाहे तव शुभ आशीष माहे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनहन मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Kind attention. If any inquiries about the certificates, please do come to the MOC desk.